Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to J-Tech Studios, baby. Today we're here. We're here to celebrate the 4th of July, aka Independence Day. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not just talking about fireworks and barbecue. We're here to let everybody know what Independence Day is truly about. Christy, how excited are you for this day?
I've always loved Independence Day. It's my grandfather's birthday on July 4th.
Is it really?
We've set, well, he's not with us anymore, but
Happy birthday.
we always celebrate.
Was he a Yankee Doodle dandy?
He was. We always
Doodle
celebrate his birthday
dandy.
by the whole family getting together for July 4th.
So instead of getting into everyday politics, we wanted to just give a quick, short story about how our independence came about. Oh, I wanted to also mention that the United States has been an independent country for 249 years now. So come next year in 2026, we have a 250th big birthday to celebrate, but we've been independent for 249 years. People started to flee from England to the Americas in the late 1500s to the early 1600s. People were fleeing their country or their current society for better opportunities economically, politically, religiously, and for many other reasons.
Get away from that high taxes.
Yeah, for real. The first significant group of English settlers arrived in 1607 and created the Jamestown settlement in Virginia. In the 1600s, King James I believed in divine rights of kings and disobeyed Parliament because he claimed he answered to no one but God himself. This started a conflict with Parliament that gained momentum under the reign of King Charles I, and a civil war broke out lasting 7 years. Throughout the course of the war, the government unsympathetically persecuted its own citizens, which drove many of them out of the country in fear and search of a brighter tomorrow. After this conflict was resolved, England's economy was unstable. Inflation led to poverty all across its territory, and the Catholic Church became increasingly more intense on individuals and their everyday life. This led many to flee England to a new world where a collection of rapidly growing colonies existed across a vast ocean. However, they were still ruled by the British Empire. The British government ruled unfairly and imposed heavy taxes on everyday items like tea, sugar, paper, and many other items that the colonists used on a daily basis. The local colonists had zero say in these decisions that were having a negative impact on their everyday lives. Now, British soldiers ran the streets of the colonies here in the Americas, and they were even stationed in the homes of the colonists. It's a practice known as quartering, where the people who resided here in the colonies had to provide the soldiers with food, lodging, and other accommodations and provisions. This invasive intrusion into their homes made the colonists feel violated and their rights were being infringed upon. The colonists got sick and tired of these unfair practices and bravely started to demand freedom and fair treatment from Britain. They wanted to shape the way their own government worked, a government designed by the colonists for the colonists, and be in charge of their own destiny. They had already left the safety of living under the British Empire and risked much moving to a new world where anything and everything could go wrong in order to not be beholden to a king, only to find themselves in the same position here in America as they were once in England. Now, a group of heroic freedom fighters, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, arose as leaders and dedicated their lives to the freedom through independence.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Craig. When a group of representatives known as the Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence was one of the most important documents in history, guys. It was drafted by a committee that was led by Thomas Jefferson. However, Britain would not give up without a fight and posed even stricter rules to control the growing resistance here in the colonies. The courageous men rallied their fellow colonists to stand up against the formidable rule of the British Empire. However, the colonists fighting the British crown was not enough, so they righteously declared their independence in writing in order to convey their reasons and to seek support from other nations. This led to a historic event on July 4th, 1776. This document expressed the colonists' desire to be free from the British rule. People from all 13 colonies signed the great document representing their unity and pledge for the cause of independence. The British, however, did not accept this document, and their fight for freedom that the colonists so desired against the British Empire continued. This war is now known as the Revolutionary War, which began in 1775. The war continued to get worse and worse by the day. However, the colonists knew they were fighting for something more. They were fighting for their right to exist as they want, true freedom within a new society that refused to falter at the whim of the British Empire or any empire. The colonists were resilient and continued to fight, refused to surrender, and became even more emboldened towards their resolve for independence. Only by the determination of our founding fathers and their fellow colonists' steadfast desire to live as free men led to their victory over Britain.
Real men
over Britain in 1783. Every year, we celebrate our independence, our freedom, and we must remember the great men and women whose courage and sacrifice led to this creation of the greatest country and the freest country still to this day, the United States of America. One fun fact, it was actually on July 2nd, 1776, that the Declaration of Independence began. It was on July 4th that the last wording of the Declaration of Independence was agreed upon. We left, Britain because we wanted a better life. I mean, these are brave men and women. They're just trying to escape tyranny. They're trying to live their life as free men. You okay there? Coffee?
No.
As free men and free women. Then you land in a new world. You don't know what to expect, who's there, what you're going to have to deal with, what kind of animals you're going to have to fight off.
Well, that's what we still have going on today. Everybody's coming to the USA because
Speak louder.
we have that.
Yeah.
That independence.
Yep.
So that's why people want to come here. Well,
that's right. I mean, that's
today.
why we're still the greatest country. I mean, people don't have the freedoms in other places, and they do want to be here. America is great, guys. America is a blessing. We're blessed to be born here in the United States. And I understand that some people aren't as blessed as to where, unfortunately, you're born at. We have no choosing or picking over that. But yeah, we love it's a big melting pot. If you don't know the United States, guys, it's a huge melting pot of all kinds of different cultures, all kinds of different backgrounds, all kinds of different races. That's what makes America beautiful. That's how we were able to excel in such a quick time and become a world powers, because we have ideas from every culture and every walk of life that exists around the world. They say that America is an experiment. They say we're a big experiment. Maybe we are, maybe we are, because most countries back then didn't mix, and a lot of countries still today won't mix their population as heavily as I guess we will mix our population with different cultures. But we embrace it here. We love it here. And we are truly a free country. So God bless America, guys. And God bless all the soldiers as well, past, present, and future, that keep us safe and basically provide us the right to be free men.
Don't ever forget what Independence Day is about.
Yeah.
Happy
How it
birthday,
started.
America.
Happy birthday, America, guys. This is J-Tech Studios. Please hit the like, the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave us a comment below. Americans, happy birthday, and we love you, and we're out. Peace.
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 In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.